Good day, everybody. It's Dylan Clark again, back for my second video that I'm going to upload. I was going to do some more mail, but I have too much of it, so I couldn't figure out which ones I wanted to do. And then I spied this little collection that I have going on that I started, well, I guess technically you can say I started it in 1981 or thereabouts, but in actuality, seriously collecting them started last summer, spring of 19. What I'm going to show you today are actually called, well, they're called a couple things. Online, they're called 5x7s, or they're called oversized cards by Topps. As you can probably see, well, you will see either in my past video or my future videos, I try to collect only Topps or Bowman brands, not just because it's what I grew up with and it was the only card for quite a while during my childhood, until the junk wax era boomed with all the other makers, but because Bowman and Topps was the maker that I just settled upon during the junk wax era, which, for those of you who don't know, is the era between around 1989 to probably 99. I'd have to Google it, but it's a good 10-year era, or period, where they mass-produced and overproduced, rather, baseball cards and drove the market down and burst the bubble of many people who thought that they were going to get rich and retire on their savings for their baseball cards from that era. Anyway, your collection from the 1980s and prior to that is pretty safe. At any rate, today I'm going to show you those 5x7 cards and or called oversized cards, not to be confused with poster size. Of course, posters vary in sizes, and when I was growing up, which was in the 70s and 80s, they were very large things that we put on our walls in our bedrooms that our parents yelled at us about. But posters, according to Topps.com, they sell these posters and they're only 8x7s. They're nice looking pictures and reproductions of current cards, but they're definitely not poster size that we used to put on the walls. So these are 5x7s or oversized cards. I'll start with just a random selection. This is Michael Chavis, or Chavis. I have yet to really figure out how you pronounce his last name, but for some reason I like Chavis, and if Mr. Chavis tells me to pronounce it differently, I will gladly do that. He's one of my prospects that I looked at in 2018, who has done remarkably well, is very underrated, but you can see this was an insert card from, goodness, 2018, I believe. Yeah, 2018 Topps. You can see it right there. On their Bowman Chrome brand. This doesn't have the chromium stock. It's glossy, definitely. The sheen that you see here is from the top loader. Again, I swear by protecting my cards, and pardon me, I have a cut that won't heal on there, so very particular about that. So I protect everything with soft sleeves, which you can see this is in right here. They make 5x7 soft sleeves, and top loaders. I prefer, well, I'll get to the supplies in a bit. So this is Michael Chavis. This is a 5x7 card. It's really kind of cool. It is looks just like the regular card, except for the lack of chromium finish. It is glossy, however. They often come numbered. Actually, nowadays they all come numbered. This is from a set that was only 49 in print. So this is number 21, 22, 21. Can't make it. 21 out of 49, which makes them pretty collectible, in my opinion. I'll swing around. Well, maybe not. My office is a mess. Behind me, I have started putting these on my walls in my office to decorate and to just be able to see them, quite honestly. I don't know if you can see it here, but I have a bunch of them just stored in here that are waiting to be put up on my wall. So I have about, oh goodness, I probably have about 60 of them on my wall already. At any rate, so Michael Chavis, these are some not 5x7s that I have acquired. These are, I believe, 3x5s. You can see Jason Veritek signed this. My parents actually got this for me at spring training one year. And I have to find some appropriate sized top loaders for him, but I protected it in this, so that's pretty cool. He'll go up on the wall in a separate area. You see I have more Michael Chavis's here. Of course, Carl Yastrzemski. This is actually a reproduction from 2019 tops. I just liked it. It was a reproduction of an old card, or style of card rather, 35th anniversary. Again, numbered 49 out of 49. Now they being tops sell these online in whole sets. So they would have, for instance, what is this? 1984 All-Star set for sale, and they would sell you the whole set. They can be pretty pricey since they're only limited to 49. I don't know how much this set is, but I recently bought a couple sets for myself that were, I think they were $25 a set, depending upon how many cards are in there, $25 to $50 a set. People break them up and you can buy them on eBay. I bought all these that you see in this box right here on eBay. Well, most of them. Some of them I collected myself. So this can be compared, these 5x7s can be compared to some of the ones that we grew up with. We being, people in their late 40s, early 50s, which were known, I believe, as, oh goodness, I think they were jumbo. I'd have to go back and look it up, but I remember them. They came in. Whoops, they came in a yellow box, and you displayed it much like the baseball packs. Each of the cards were wrapped separately, and you bought them. I will compare them so you can see what they look like. Let's see here. So here's a bunch of them right here. This is Gary Carter, good old Gary Carter for the Montreal Expos, now the Washington Nationals. He probably would have liked to have played in DC rather than Montreal, I bet. Anyway, that's Gary Carter. These are the oversized, or rather 5x7s from my childhood era. I believe this was 1981. This is the back. Again, the back is not like a regular card, and these actually are not a reproduction of a card. They're just basically a nice 5x7 with a facsimile autograph. This is Ron Guidry, New York Yankees. Let's see here. What year was this? No, this was 1980. Okay, so I was wrong. They were 1980s. I might have some 1981s thrown in. So this was from a set of 60. So you could either buy them as singles, or you could buy the entire box. I believe these came from an entire box set that I had gifted to me as a child. I like going through them here and there, and I try to keep my thumb over their name to see if I can just guess at their picture, who they are. So we can do this. So we know this is Gary Carter, so that's a gimme, right? Maybe I should do a whole video on this. We know that's Ron Guidry. Oh, too bad. I thought it was going to be a hard one. Y'all know who that is. That's Reggie Jackson. And Johnny Bench, of course. And okay, come on, everybody. Carrot Top here. Come on, who is that? Put it in the comments. I'm not even going to show you. If you're my age, you should know this right off the bat. I'll give you a hint. He's a pitcher. I'm not going to show you. Put it in the comments. First comment to get it right, I will send a random pack of baseball cards to you. If you provide that comment, and I believe it's right, I will contact you, and you can message me your email, your mailing address or not. Be happy to send you a free pack of baseball cards if you get this right. Played for the Phillies. Don't Google it. Damn 21st century people. Don't Google it. Guess it. All right. So those were the cards from my era. There, I'll bring up Johnny Bench again here so you can just kind of see a comparison. Let me get a real, not reproduction here. This is kind of Mariano Rivera. Kind of a reproduction, but it's from a collection. Jeez, I must have bought this online. You can see the difference. You know, this looks more like a issued baseball card, and this looks like a photograph. They're really kind of neat to collect, though. I like them a lot. I, of course, collect a lot of Red Sox, but I love baseball in general, so you will always see me with other players as well. Here's Frank Thomas, a big hurt. I won't mention his current income and where it's from. All right. So here's some of the sampling. So another one to compare them by from the, goodness, must have been 1993, 92, 93 era. Stadium Club, Topps brand Stadium Club, did some oversized cards, and they called them master photos. I believe that they randomly inserted mail order and or prizes into packs of Stadium Club, and if you sent in shipping or whatever, you could get some of these master photos. And they were simply cards slapped onto 5x7 stock. They look pretty decent. I don't have the plain Stadium Club ones, master photos, but I do have another set, which of course Topps, oh no, I do have one. Oh, cool. All right, here guys, you know who this guy is, Jose Canseco. This is a master photo. It is a 5x7, but as you can see, there's a lot of white stock around the picture. It's really rather nice for the era. 1993. Again, plain back, but the picture is really good quality. Again, a glossy finish. They tried to include some of the foil that they would use in the cards, but it didn't quite translate, I don't think. But it looks more glossy than anything. So these are 5x7s of that era. So not 1980, but 1993. To again compare to what we have nowadays. Whoops. Hold on. I'm gonna get some more stands out here. I love these little stands. Not just doing videos, of course, but just displaying things in my PC here in my office. Let me turn this around here. There we go. But this is an example. Here's Ivan Pudge Rodriguez. I didn't like it when they nicknamed him Pudge, because all y'all know who the original Pudge was, right? Yep, Carlton Fisk. Carlton Fisk. But he is a Hall of Famer, and this is Toys R Us. Again, it is a Stadium Club card, made by Topps, but it doesn't have the Stadium Club on it, logo on it. Huh, that's weird. So it's a Toys R Us Topps master photo, whereas this one clearly says Stadium Club master photo. I guess Toys R Us wanted their own master photos, huh? All right, guys. So I could show you these all day long. I'm going to close this with a small story. This is Louie Tiant. This is a 5x7 I bought online. Hope to God it's authentic. I do take a gamble every once in a while when I buy something that isn't seen on site by Topps. But I've seen his signature a lot, and that looks pretty remarkable. I might get it certified at some point. I saw Louie Tiant in Fenway, actually around 1999, 2000. Anyway, there were a bunch of kids and I trying to get some autographs from some of the players who were showing up via taxi and stuff going into there, into Fenway, like Tim Wakefield was one of them. So I broke off from these kids because, of course, it's a kid thing and I don't want to get in their way. They're having fun. And I was walking up the street and it wasn't busy yet. And there was this guy up the street on Yawkey Way, just standing on the side of the street, just waiting for somebody or something or what have you. But he was sharply dressed, pinstripe 3-piece suit. He looked absolutely handsome as hell. And I looked at him, I did a double take. I'm like, no, that can't be. Well, y'all know what his trademark was as far as his facial hair. He had a mustache that often flared out into a, I don't know what they call it, barbell? I want to say dumbbell, but that's definitely not the right word. A barbell mustache. And I ran across the street as fast as I could to try to find a baseball. Of course, I had to buy a cheap-ass baseball for then $5, which wasn't too bad, but it definitely was not leather. And I had a Sharpie on me, and I went up to him, and I said, Mr. Tiant? He said, yes. I said, sir, I grew up watching you and admiring you, and I would be honored if you would be able to sign my baseball. And he said, of course. So he signed my baseball. And unfortunately, a lesson learned: buy a cheap baseball or a cheap medium to put a signature on. It's not gonna pay off. So it faded over the years, not because of sunlight, but because of the material that the Sharpie was on. I still have it, but it's almost barely recognizable. So anyway, so there's a short story. And one last thing, I wanted to compare the sizes of these cards just so that you could see some of the differences. Here's the 5x7 there of Frank Thomas. And there's a card of today. So if we put the top loaders right side up, 5x7. And I'm not going to give you the dimensions of this because I always forget. 3.5 by something. Of Nemo. Of Nito, called Nemo. All right, guys. So you're getting to know some of my eccentricities and speech pathology. Give me some comments. Put in there some things you might like to see as far as collections or different things, and I'll see what I can drum up. I'll be sharing some things from my PC here and there as you get to know me, and I will come up with some ideas for giveaways and breaks. All right. again, thank you very much. This is Dylan Clark signing off. Bye-bye.